move on to our focus on the Nigerian equity space, and we have Rotimi Fakayejo, the Managing Director of Enterprise Capital Partners. Rotimi, I think it would be great to start on by focusing on the results that were released today. We saw Access Bank revenue up 54%, profit after tax up 150%. Now, the company paid 60 kobo dividend. Now, we hear that there was some selling pressure on the stock immediately after the results were released, which I know some will find surprising. That stock closed with a 0.1% rise in the share price today, so not a lot of gain seen there. It would be great if you could talk us through your view on the results and also the performance of that stock today.
Today is quite exciting in the market. There was a lot of radiance on the faces of the stockbrokers because of the various results that were released into the market. The one that caught the eye of investors more is the result of Access Bank. Access Bank posted quite a substantial profit, and it was really as much as what was being expected. In spite of a write-off of about 10.9 billion, they still came up with about 44 billion after tax. And Access Bank is paying a final dividend of 60 kobo. And earlier on, they have paid a dividend of about 25 kobo. That gives a cumulative of 85 kobo dividend. And I think a lot of operators did not interpret those results correctly. They have the belief that the total dividend being paid is 60 kobo. That is 35 kobo now, and the 25 kobo that had earlier been paid. But it's quite. But we were able to explain to some of them that that is not really the way it is. That the cumulative is actually 85 kobo. There was a lot of there had been a lot of selling pressure on Access Bank even before the result came out, and that pressure did not win today. But the market was able to absorb the pressure, and I think it still closed a little above what it opened in the morning. So I believe strongly that the reaction to the result today is quite impressive, quite positive, and quite substantial. We saw a lot of volume and value being done in the market today. We saw about 560 million total shares, units of total shares traded, and also about over 6 billion naira in value. And I think something substantial again happened in the market today, in the sense that the market capitalization crossed the 10 trillion naira mark. The capitalization today closed at about 11.079 trillion, and that is quite impressive. And we believe that as more results come in, more of these positive reactions are going to follow. But I think for some of the, for one other stock, which hasn't really been impressive in its price performance, is GT Bank. GT Bank had earlier sent in their results, but even at that, there has been a lot of selling pressure. And
yes,
I think
I was just going to say, I mean, we saw that stock coming down 6.4% today. I mean, it looks like, I mean, is this as a result of profit taking, or do you feel like the impressive results that have been expected may be short-lived? Is this what we're seeing with GT?
No, I think there's been a tradition with GT Bank. I think for quite about 4 or 5 years now. On the day that the result of GT Bank is released, or a day after, the result usually comes down. And I think there's a lot of expectation that has been built into that price. And that is the reason why you see it priced higher than any other banking stock. And between you and I, by the time the stock is marked down next week, there's every likelihood that the stock might be on the rise again. And I think maybe shortly after that, we're going to see the first quarter results coming out. And this is going to reinvigorate and consolidate the impression that people have about the stock. So I think there is really not much to fear about, because those who are selling right now are people who have already bought at about 18 naira, 16 naira. So if they are actually selling at the...
What about on the short term, Rotimi, for that stock? I mean, 6.4% down today. What can we expect to see before the end of the week?
Before the end of the week, I heard from some of our colleagues today, a lot of people are prepared that should the price drop further, that they're going to go on a buying spree. So I don't see the price coming lower than 24. And even if it gets to 24.50, we are going to see a lot of influx of funds going in the direction of purchasing that particular stock. And the way it is, I strongly believe that by the time it is marked down next week, definitely the price is going to be on the move again.
What about the likes of Sterling Bank? I mean, we saw profit after tax up 3.9%, revenue up 52%. Dividend yield declared, that dividend yield, we have 7.3%, 20 kobo dividend declared. So 7.3 is pretty good. We saw that stock go up 9.5% today, up to 3 naira. Now, that brings the year-to-date performance of Sterling to 74%. Your thoughts on Sterling's results and what we can expect from that stock going forward?
Well, if you look critically at the results of Sterling Bank, you will see that there is not much difference in the profit after tax compared to what we had last year. The only thing that is substantial this year is the amount of dividend that is being paid out. And that is well acceptable to the investors. And they have really treated that in good light. And that is why you saw the result going up today. And I think going forward, we've really seen a situation. What we have in the market presently is an average dividend yield of about 6% for the banking sector stocks. And when you look at that of Sterling Bank, it's quite higher than that. So I believe investors are really going to do the analysis further, and they're going to stick with this stock. So I don't really see the price coming down substantially or at all by the time it is marked down. Now,
very quickly, before we go, I'll just have to mention NACO. We saw profit after tax down 26%, dividend yield of 3.7%. That stock dropped 2.5% today. It would be good to have a quick expectation for that stock going forward. Year-to-date performance now stands at 22%.
Well, it wasn't the result that we got from them today. It wasn't impressive at all. There is a drop in all the statistics coming from the company, and the only thing that can salvage that company is if they bring a first quarter result that is quite impressive. Otherwise, we will see the price nose dive into as low as 5 naira.